Hello everyone, today I'll be doing a solo Master Nightfall, the Festering Core with Titan. So for my loadout I'll be using Middle Tree Striker, Code of the Missile for this run. So next I'll be using a Cold Denial. So next I'll be using an Energy Void Bow, it can be any Void Bow for this run. And then I'll be using Xenophage. Armor, for my helmet I use double machine gun finder with taken ornaments and concussive dampener. Next I use double bow loader with high energy fire with discipline mod. And then we're using the exotic the Armamentarium with large reserves and counter charge. Then for the legs we'll be using double machine gun scavenger and taken repurposing with concussive dampener again. And then lastly we'll be using double enhance ashes to assets and taken barrier. Alright guys, so we're gonna go for Titan, Middle Tree. So for this run I decided to go for Middle Tree just for fun. I would recommend to go for Void Sentinel Titan or Top Tree Striker. This was just a fun run since Destiny is a little dry at the moment until a new season comes by. So we're gonna have a loading screen, of course, console. We all have to suffer this. And we're going to deal with these Vex and Harpies. So I threw a grenade and then just took my time over here. If you're on a hunter, you could just skip all this. To be honest, you can skip all these ads and you don't have to deal with them. But because we're on Titan, we're just gonna lay low over here and kill some ads. So I was just trying to throw my nades to get my super. So that's why I was sticking around of killing these ads as well. I could use my Xenophage and just spam the heavy and kill all of them with ease, but wanted to use my grenade so I can get some super bags since the mod I'm using for the mark is ashes to assets. Yes. So there's gonna be hobgoblins, some little Vex here and there for this area. We have not entered the Nightfall yet. We're getting there. And of course there's gonna be a champion overload. I will say there's around 21 champions. And there is a way you can skip 2 champions, which I will show you very soon. Yes, very soon. So you can see here I was waiting for my nade so I can throw some harpies. And some reason this Vex goblin was hiding on the left side. So yes, I was planning to throw my nade, and then we're going to deal with the first overload champion. Yep, we're gonna deal a lot of these guys in this Nightfall. A lot. We're gonna see a lot of them. We won't see too much of unstoppable champions for this run. But for the safe strat for me, I just wanted to go with double primary with heavy. You can see I was trying to kill the goblin. There's like an invisible wall. You can see I'm trying to kill it, but it's not letting me. So you can see here, I was just waiting for my super so I could take down the Hydra quickly and just get on my way with the Nightfall. So now I have my super, I'm gonna use my super on the Hydra. And then we're just gonna run away and just skip these ads. Not really worth taking them down, to be honest. So now over here there's gonna be a mix with Taken and Vex. And then later on when we get to the red wall of death, we'll be dealing with a lot of Taken. So there are these Cyclops where they can kill you one hit. And they do like to pop a little shield at you and kill you. Best way to avoid it is to jump, which I will show you very soon at the boss fight. I haven't had too much issues with them at all for this run. You can see here there are two taken. There's a Cabal with Arc Shield and a Wizard with a Void Shield. You can take them down easily since these Vex will be focusing on shooting them. And they will ignore you. And then once you kill the taken adds, the Cabal and the Wizard, then you can take down the Harpies. And of course, yes, there's gonna be another Overload champion spawning very soon. So I was just waiting for my nade. You can see I was crying because I was waiting and waiting. Like, come on, nade. Gotta throw some ads when they pop soon. So there'll be a champion appearing and some harpies. I wanted to wait for my nade so I can throw and take down some ads. And you can see here I stunned the champion and easily took it down. Since we have high energy fire, it does give 20% damage for Xenophage. And if you do miss one, you can melee attack as well. And one harpy did not want me to kill it. It killed itself. But unfortunately, it's gonna revive itself. So not today, harpy. And you can do a finisher if it's low on health. For some reason, it doesn't show the finisher on harpy, even if it's low on health. It's kind of weird. Next, I'll be dealing with this Cyclops that can shoot you one hit and pop a bubble. So there is a Hydra from far away. For me, I just want to take it down as quickly as possible. It can be a little headache, especially dealing with another Cyclops we'll be dealing with very soon. It will be appearing on the left side where you see that little Hydra standing. Once we get closer towards the area. And over here, I was just looking for ammo. And there was no ammo, so I just went and proceed to the next section. There will be these explodey ads. And definitely be careful with them. They're not too aggressive as prisons, but I would be careful with them. I wouldn't mess with them. There are times I do die here, sometimes by accident. And here you can use your melee and then take them down as well. So there are a few more arc shields, so I like to throw my grenade and then just deal with them like that. And there's one hiding there. And we finally took the shield out. So now there's another Cyclops. And immediately take them down. I usually take them down as fast as I can. They can track you and pop a little bubble to damage you. So it's best to take them down with a sniper or a Xeno, or any long range weapons. Of course mountaintop works too, but for this run I'm not going to be using mountaintop. Which is funny because I haven't really used too much of mountaintop, just here and there if it's required. So I'm not really sad it's going to be sunset, to be honest. It's a good weapon, I'm not going to lie. So here we're going to stun the champion. But first I want to deal with the harpies first, and then we'll deal with the Overload champion. So you can kill them with your super. So you can see here I use my super. And then if it doesn't fully kill it, I use my finisher. I like to first use my bow, a little bit stun it here and there, acquire the health, and then use my super. And if it doesn't work, fully kill it, then I use my finisher. And always reload when dealing with ads or a champion. There are times I do forget to reload, I'll be really honest. So now we're gonna deal with these gold bar harpies. Very dangerous. Try to take them down from distance if you can. But first we're gonna deal with the Overload champion. So how many champions have we killed? Because I lost counted already. So there's a lot of Overload champions in this Nightfall, a lot. And you can see here these harpies get super aggressive. So just take them down, it's not worth taking your time. to kill them. You can see here I had to use my heavy. So I wanted to just use my Xeno and then try to kill it. But this harpy was doing the spin dodge just like it did in Garden World. If you guys remember that run, I said they did the spin dodge Pokemon reference. So I'm gonna be reloading, and guess what? We're gonna deal with more champions. What, you guys thought that's all the champions? Yeah, nah. We're gonna deal with so many champions in this part. So here I'm gonna deal with first this harpy. This harpy can shoot you far away from where I'm standing. Then next I like to work on the hobgoblin. I don't trust this hobgoblin because sometimes it can snipe you far away, and I don't want to deal with it, so I just want to take that down. And of course I'm gonna take my time here and take down these little Vex goblins. Reason why I like standing here is because the Overload champion doesn't shoot me while dealing with these ads. And then once I do take down all the goblins, then I take down harpies and the Overload champion. You can see here the Overload is just minding his own business, just standing there and doesn't really bother you, which is good. Very good. Because it would be a pain to deal with the ads and the champion shooting you at the same time, all in one go. So I was just stunning it so I can get Charge of Light. And then once I take down those ads, then I can deal with the champion. But sometimes ads do appear, so ads will appear. And it's not too much, it's just these explodey, frantic ads. Very easy to take down with a bow. But first, to deal with these ads, and then we can deal with the Overload champion. So like I did before, I like to use a bow just to have a little bit of quarter of health. Then once I do that, then I will use my super and take it down. And then use my finisher if it doesn't fully damage it. Sometimes the super doesn't fully kill it. And also like to mention, the super I'm using is a little dangerous to do as well. It's always best to use your super when having no ads surrounding you. And that's my opinion for this super to work. Of course, for top tree striker, it doesn't really matter. You can just take down the champion, even if there's ads here and there. So that's why I would recommend avoid Sentinel Titan or top tree striker, to be honest. So now over here, I want to deal with this other champion. I lost count of how many Overload champions we were dealing with. I think we dealt with 3, and I think we would be dealing with 1 more. So there is a lot of Overload champions in the Festering Core. I guess Bungie was a little hyper and said, let's put 5 champions in this area. Good idea, you get a promotion. I think that's what happened there, to be honest. There's too many champions in this area. I don't like it at all. If I had to be really honest, I don't like it. So yes, we're gonna be dealing another champion. And yeah, we've been staying in this area for like more than 5 minutes. You can see here I accidentally fell down. I didn't mean to, so I had to find an area to re-precision and take down the ads. You can see here, this was a little risky. I don't recommend you do this. Just stay in the spot where I was before. I accidentally fell down. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was just giggling about Bungie, and then Bungie decided to push me off the edge. They didn't like me making a joke about them, so I'm sorry. I had to say there's too many champions in this area. Okay? So we're gonna deal with these explosive ads, and I pop a shield because they were they were like wrecking me here. If I have to be really honest, I'm not gonna say, oh, you know, they're no big deal. No, they're not harmless. No big deal. No, they're very dangerous. Kill them as long range weapons, and if you're close by them, just get rid of them quickly. So for this Nightfall, it's famine. So ammo is reduced greatly. To be very careful with the ammo. So now the red rings of death or the red wall of death, but first we're gonna deal with the Cyclops champion. He only takes around 4 hits with Xeno. I like to move around here and be careful with the red walls of death. They kill you 1 hit. Would stay away from them. I have tried using a sword to do a block attack. They still kill you. I try using a super to get across them. I still died, so I recommend you stay away from them. They also give you a warning. These red walls give you a warning if you're very close to them, if you're in front of them. Your character electrifies, right? And then you take some damage. You'll see the example soon. I think in this footage I did almost die from the red wall of death. So there are 2 champions and a Cyclops. I wanted to take down the Cyclops first, quickly. But I will recommend to be careful over here. There is a sniper, and the sniper loves to snipe you. You can see here, it took more than half of my health. So these snipers can be dangerous even in Master. So for me, I just use my bow and Xeno. Easiest would be a sniper, to be honest. A sniper with a bow, and you could just take them down so easy. Now all these ads will be fighting each other because there is Vex, and of course Taken. And they're all attacking the champion, so I'm trying to lure the champion in the middle of the map so I can take it down very easily. And at the same time, I was trying to get some heavy as well since I have taken ornament. So you can see here I stun, and I want to take down this champion as quickly as possible. And for some reason, his health regain even though I use a bow. So that was a little buggy there. That was not supposed to happen. So yeah, it's a little weird. That overload Minotaur is weird. So definitely be careful with it, especially with a fire team. Recommend you take it down quickly. You saw here in this footage that I did bow and I did stun it, and I was using a bow. Like, you know, keep overloading the champion and its health still regained for some reason. So yeah, be careful. So now we're gonna deal with more overload champion. There's one hiding on the right side, and we're going to kill it as fast as possible. For me, I like to kill it quickly here, so I stun it through a grenade and take it down quickly as I can. I don't want to deal with that champion, and these goblins, they do hit hard too, so I take them down as well. Then there'll be another Cyclops, and I like to take it down from this area. And then there'll be 2 more overload champions, 1 sniper and 1 Minotaur roaming around the map, dealing with the Taken ads. Because I'm not using a sniper, I have to take down the sniper overload from around this area. But first we're taking down these ogres. I kill them quickly because they can kill you. They like to push you towards the wall and then it kills you 1 hit. It happened to me many times. Even with full health, if they push you in the air, you might as well be dead. And there are around 2 ogres around here. And this sniper does like to snipe you from far away. And also there are red walls of death, so I do try to dodge them at the same time. So these red walls of death can kill the ads as well, especially the unstoppables. And they can also damage the champions. So you can see here I was trying to use my bow. I was gonna use my super, but then this wall was in the way. So I couldn't use my super, unfortunately. That wall kind of ruined it. It ruined the moment. So if the wall wasn't there, the red wall, then I would have used my super. But I couldn't, because if I use the wall, then I'm gonna die on my super. No point. Not worth the risk. So I quickly took down the other overload champion. And then you can just skip all these ads once you finish. Or once your fire team finishes. For me, I just wanted to get some heavy. That's why I was sticking around and messing around with these odds. So yes, I was just trying to throw my nade and then get some heavy. And there's gonna be some solar knights. And I like to just take them down quickly and throw my nade, and I break their shield. Usually there's around 2 solar knights. The second one loves to hide. You can see here it hide from me, but nope, not today. Not today, solar knight. Not with Blitz. So there is a Cyclops here. What I like to do is go around this little area, and for some reason it wakes up the Cyclops. Don't know why. The game just says, oh, it's awake. So you can see it closed, so I stay around this little behind this rock, go on top of this platform, and then it's awake again. So this is what I usually do. I don't like to mess around with this part. This is where everyone, even the fire team, can die. I've been there. So I like to stay around here, and since we have a long range weapon, heavy, and we have unstoppable weapon, I can just take my time over here and try to take down the unstoppable champion. So I was trying to take them down while this taken minotaur was out, but it didn't work out. So when you do kill the taken minotaur, these 2 unstoppable champions like to hide behind that little rock over there. So I threw my nade so it can walk away and I can try to kill one of them. And then I can proceed to that section and then take down the second unstoppable champion. So yes, I was just trying to kill one unstoppable champion. Reasons because I didn't want to deal with 2 of them if I'm, dealing with them in that specific room area, that specific platform. Because they could push me off the map and then I'm gonna die. And plus I wanted to farm some heavy. And that's what I did. So once I finished taking down unstoppable, I decided to get some heavy. And I got like around 16 ammo back, which is good, not bad. So once I do that, I can safely go down to this little area and I don't have to worry too much. Because it's only 1 unstoppable champion I have to deal with, not 2. So there's gonna be a taken ogre. And I quickly take it down. I don't want to mess around with it, it can push you off the map. And I was waiting for this unstoppable to walk towards me. Finally it did. And then I quickly took it down. And we're gonna throw our nade. And then we're gonna take it down. And we're gonna get some heavy back. Oh, we didn't, unfortunately. So if you push around this area, there will be another overload champion. So yeah, we're gonna be dealing with a lot of these guys. I like to stand over here at this rock for me. There are different ways to deal with the overload minotaur. So first I like to clear ads. This is just me, everyone is different, if I have to be really honest. So once I stun it, I like to move around here. Then once I do that, the overload minotaur should push towards me. And then I quickly kill it, and then I'll be dealing with the other mini major cabal. So it had some health, so I decided to use my super to take it down. And once we did that, I decided to get this Vex barrier instead of the one at the other side. Reason why is because if I get the other Vex barrier platform from the one where we were standing before, we're gonna deal with these gold bar prisons, the taken bunnies, and don't want to mess with them. And it'd be better to deal with the ogre as well and the solar knight around this area, because this ogre does love to push you, and I was hiding behind that wall because I didn't want to deal with it. Didn't want to deal with this ogre pushing me off the map. So once we do that, we're going to take down the last barrier. And then there'll be these taken prisons, and you can either skip them or you can just throw your nade to get some heavy. For me, I decided to get some heavy. And of course there are red walls of death, so you have to be careful with them as well. They do multiply and they're gold bars, so I wouldn't mess with them too much. Alright, so over here I did a little time skip. I did die at the jump. So around this area we're gonna skip 2 champions and still get platinum. So what I do is I go around to this platform. I go around here, and then I jump across that platform where you see that little blight. That little blight trap. And then once I do that, I just skip, and then we can skip the wizard and 2 champions and save a lot of time. But anyway, you still get platinum because they have not appeared. So yes, I honestly prefer just to skip them because they're a headache. And we kill so many champions. It just gets old killing these champions, to be honest. So now we're gonna take down these Vex barriers, and then take down the big box, and then proceed to the boss area. Alright, and now we're gonna proceed, and there's the easiest way to just skip the unstoppable champions, and then you still get platinum. That's my opinion.
That must be the anchor. The Taken's route into the sphere. Destroy it.
So there's gonna be 2 overload champion. I like the first clear ads for me. And just take my time here. I don't recommend... Now I always see this in LFG, I don't understand. But don't take down the blight with the champion still not dead. You need to kill them first and then take the blight out and the ads. Because if you don't, your fire team will die because these snipers can snipe you across the map. And honestly, it's not a good idea to leave these 2 overload champions roaming around the area with the boss shooting at you and walking around. Not worth it, so recommend you take down these overload champions quickly as possible, and then you can shoot down the blight. So you can see here I did took one down, and they're gonna deal with another one. So once we clear all the Overload champions, then I'm gonna shoot the Blight and then walk to my little safe area. Whew, alright, so this is the boss fight, and the boss fight is tanky. The boss fight has a lot of health, a lot of HP. So you can see here I did use my super, and you can see that my super didn't do too much damage, which was such a bummer, to be honest. And you'll see very soon how much health it did. So how much health it took? Not so much. So you can see proof that this boss is very tanky, almost similar as the Inside Terminus boss. If you guys remember that boss, where it's very tanky, it's almost similar as this. So once you do damage a bit of the boss health, there'll be some waves of ads, and most of them are void. That's why I was using the void bow so I can shoot them down. You can also use a void sword to take them down too. It just takes a little bit more time because you have to go sneak attack, go behind them, and then take them down. I think I did use a sword on my Titan run, but with solar, if I remember. It's been a blur, it was last month. So now we're gonna deal all these ads. There's gonna be a little gold bar, little goblin. What I did is I take them down quickly. And I decided to stay in this area and just making sure all the ads are clear. You can see here there are 2 or 3 more of these taken goblins. So I was just scouting just to see where this boss is and how many ads are with him, and there's still 2. So what I did is I was just trying to get my nade and then just throw a grenade at the boss and then just try to damage it. At the same time I was saving for my super because I'll be using my super again very soon, which you will see. So yes, this boss is so tanky. You can see here I was throwing my nade. So if I had oppressive grenades, if I was Void Titan, then this would be so much easier and the boss fight wouldn't take that much time. So yeah, I recommend you go Sentinel Void. I didn't want to because I honestly got tired of being Void subclasses for this season. I got tired, so I decided to just switch it up for this week, to be honest. So now the boss is moving around since we cleared down all the ads and then we did damage it. So what I like to do is go to a different area because we'll be dealing with the gold bar, cyclopses, well, one cyclops, and those guys, the cyclops, are very extremely dangerous, especially in LFG. If you're in the fire team, you must take them down quickly or you will die. They will one-shot you and they will try to trap you in a little bubble as well, but it's easily to escape it. It's not as hard as it looks, as it seems. So this boss was just hopping around and I'm trying to damage it so we can go to the next waves of ads. And also I like to mention in this boss fight there will be champions. There will be Overload and Unstoppable champions. So now we're gonna have a wave of ads. And I'm gonna be using my super. I will say this part's dangerous. For me, I felt a little confident of using my super here. So I decided to take it down, pop a shield, and then leave. So using that super, it's a little RNG, especially the second Cyclops. I would recommend to be careful of using that super because sometimes the snipers and the champion, they can see you and shoot you. So even if you kill the Cyclops, you can die if you're in the air. It's very weird. I didn't use my super at the Cyclops, the second one, because the ads saw me and then the Overlord champion and then all these snipers are all shooting me while I was on my super and then I died. So this Overlord champion was trolling me. It was saying, "Not today, Blitz. I don't want to die." So you can see here that this Overlord champion did not want to die. I took some, how long this took me? Maybe 2 minutes. I was taking like 2 minutes to try to take down these Overlord champion. You can see here I was using all my bows, but this month I was like, nah, Blitz. I got a date with Solar Knight. Not today, Blitz. Then I wasted all my bows. Like that Minotaur really upset me when I was doing this run. You can see the mic on the lower right side. I was like talking to myself. So I had to take down the Solar Knights because they were distracting the Overlord champion. Which is such a bummer because I was thinking over here that these ads and these Solar Knights, they're, you know, they'd be a good thing for the champ to be distracted. And you can see here that I did run out of bow. So I was trying to get some ammo for my bow so I could take down the champion. So yeah, the reason why I ran out of bows because of famine. So, you know, we don't get a lot of ammo. Which is okay, it's no big deal. You know, it's not togetherness. So now finally I was able to take down this Minotaur. And now we can deal with the Harpy. I didn't want to kill the Harpy because it said there to defeat the Vex. And if you kill all the Harpies, all the Vex, the boss will appear, and I did not want the champion to be roaming and the boss at the same time. So it's best to take down the champions, the Taken, and then the Vex last. So now I'm going to be dealing with more of the boss. And the boss is so tanky. You can see here I was trying to use Xeno. It only takes around 13k per hit. I was just looking for heavy. If you see here, I was just trying to look for some heavy so I can just do some DPS on the boss. Fortunately I couldn't, and I was sad, so I decided just to use my super very soon because I didn't want to waste too much of my Xenophage. So once I did that, I did a little slide. Well, not yet. I usually do when there's blight walls because they can push you off and kill you. So even using my super, it still didn't damage enough for it to go to the next wave. So now here I was just spamming my grenade just to damage it to the next wave of ads. So unfortunately I had to save my Xeno because I'll be dealing with 2 champions very soon, so I decided just to use my pulse rifle. So yeah, you can see here this boss is so tanky, extremely tanky. Whew. So finally 2 unstoppable champions are appearing, and first what I like to do is take down all the ads and the goblins that are trying to immune the unstoppable champions. So yes, so once we take down all the ads, then we deal with unstoppable champions with our Xeno. And you can see I was low on Xeno, so I was trying to be a little cautious here. That's why this run was going a little slow for me. So yes, this boss is too long. I wish there was a way we can do half of health of this boss and not deal with these waves of ads. The problem with this boss is when you do heavy damage, it immunes itself. Just like the hollow layer, if you guys remember the hollow layer, where even if you do so much damage, it still immunes and you have to deal with the waves of ads. It's almost similar as this, except this boss is really tanky and we have to deal with champions. Now thinking about it, I think they might put champion during the boss fight for the hollow layer, because there is an ogre. What if they make that unstoppable? Wouldn't that be scary? Anyway, let's see. So now we're gonna deal with this champion. And finally, we're gonna throw a nade and try to get some heavy. So yeah, you can see here I was being cautious with my heavy. Reasons because I wanted to save my heavy for the Cyclops. So you can see here I was just running around trying to see if I can get that heavy without being stomped. This boss can stomp you if you're too close. And it was way too close with the heavy ammo bricks. So finally got some heavy ammo. And I can deal with some heavy with the boss. Whew. So yes, this boss is eek. Now over here I was debating to use my super or not, so I decided not to use my super. I don't think I did in this footage. Reason because if I use my super, the wave of ads can spawn and then I won't be ready to take down the Cyclops. So I said it's better to be safe than sorry for this part. And to be honest, I did this run at night. It was late. It was like 11:30 p.m. and I was tired. I was like, oh my god, I need to go to bed. I'm exhausted. Plus I had to do some other personal stuff, you know, work, etc., designs. So now we're gonna make this boss have up to 1/3 of the health. Around that area, a Cyclops should spawn. Now I know what you're thinking, use your super. So at this part I was thinking of using my super, but on my last run I did die. And I didn't want to die again, so it's just too risky to use your super with the Cyclops. For me, I decided to just use my Xeno. And you can see here I did have a bubble, but you could just jump and then the bubble will disappear. The bubble of death. Then finally we're gonna deal with one more overload champion. Yay, we're done with champions. I'm sick of them. How many we killed? Like 20 champions. Plus we skipped 2. We skipped 2 champions and we still got platinum, so you know. Doesn't matter if those 2 champions. So you can see here I was just using my bow. I wanted to have its health to be low so I can use my finisher or kill it and then grab some heavy so I could kill the boss. So you can see here I jump over the blight wall, use my finisher. The boss is gonna spawn, but before it spawns I'm going to go back to my little safe spot. And we're going to deal with these gold bar minotaurs, so fully recommend you take them down, especially with your fire team. So I finally took all of them down and I was just double checking because I don't think I saw it get killed. I was like, did I kill that second taken minotaur or no? Or is it hiding invisibly? So then I said, okay, I killed it. So now you can just spam all your heavy and just take down this boss. So you can see here I was like thinking, should I use my super? And then I did. I decided to use my super and then head back, do a slide because there's a blight wall that could kill me. And I also got some heavy while doing my super. I found some heavy and then I just spam my heavy. And since we're out of heavy, I decided to just use my primary. So yes, this boss is super tanky. Even with Charge of Light, you can see here I had Charge of Light and it's still tanky. So yeah, that's why I avoid being a void subclass for this run, because you can use your oppressive grenades. And if you're a Warlock, whew, with the exotic gauntlets, this will be easy. Easy peasy the boss, you know. Anyway, that is all that. We got it done. We got Platinum, kill our champions, and we got 100k. So thank you so much for watching. Maybe I'll go on Warlock. But no, I'm not gonna be Void subclass. I'm gonna try something else. I'm kind of getting tired being Void subclasses at the moment. I'm in like those weird moods where I'm trying to do something different. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. And thank you for watching. Sorry if this video was long on Titan. So yes, bye.